Welcome to a quick bevy with Swans fans, where each week Swans fans have 45 seconds to answer some burning bloods and footy-related questions over a quick beer or two. My name's Noddy, joined by my fellow Red and White Tragics, Chris and Brett. G'day, boys. How you going?
Hey, Noddy. How are you?
Welcome, mate.
Awesome, boys. Good to hear from you. Before we kick off today, how bloody good was that win against the Doggies? Give me some quick thoughts.
Oh, massive. I was jumping around the house screaming like a lunatic. My cat was freaking out. I've actually got an Instagram when we started singing the song. I was going bananas.
Yeah, I nearly threw my son. Like, I was that excited. It was such a good win. I was just loving watching Dawson doing what I was expecting him to do eventually. And actually, it was all about the left feet. Dawson, Goulden's delivery, and I loved Nick Blakey at the back there.
Lizard.
Left pegs good. Everywhere.
Yeah, it was so good. Oh, that's one. All right, boys, let's get started. Remember, in this, you'll both have 45 seconds each, and I'll give you a warning bell with 5 seconds to go. It sounds like this. Right. Okay. So with no further ado, let's get Without further ado, let's get into it. Question 1. Bridget from Asquith. How do we feel about the South Melbourne Heritage Guernsey? Chris, your 45 seconds starts now.
Okay. I think it looks really great. I mean, I love the harbour. I love the Opera House across there, a bit of Danish harbour going on, but I think it's fantastic. I would be more than happy to have the jersey being worn absolutely every time that the Swans play down in Melbourne. I think it just has a really good vibe about it. I think during this COVID time, the Melbourne fans really missed out on a lot of football last year, and this year they're coming out in droves, and it's not looking great for the rest of the year, but for the time that they had it, the South Melbourne fans have been so loud and really, really energetic. So I love the whole vibe about it. Let's get on with those heritage jerseys every time we're in Melbourne. I'm all for it. I think it's great.
That's done. Nailed it. All right. Over to you, Brett.
Yeah, I'm with Chris. I love the V. Actually, I don't know, you may have heard this in previous episodes, but I'm from Western Sydney, as is Chris, where growing up playing rugby league before I switched to AFL, there was just lots of complexity in the jerseys, and I just wasn't down with it. I dig the simple, just give me the V, all the stripes, but in our case, the V. Yeah, and I think it looks really good. I don't necessarily need to see the harbour. I live in Sydney. I'm happy to see the V played, whether it's at home, away. Yeah, keep it simple, keep it looking good.
Awesome, mate. You boys very succinct on that question. I'll take these last few seconds to put in my opinion. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think every time we play in Melbourne, we wear the V in honour of South Melbourne, and then when we play interstate, we can just see how we feel. For example, if we play Brisbane away, maybe wear the Opera House or the V, or it's in the Indigenous round, and then we can wear that Guernsey. But either way, we love it. All right, question 2. Where will the grand final be this year? Brett, 45 seconds, go.
An interesting day to ask that question. I just heard that Melbourne or Victoria, I don't know if it's just Melbourne, is going into lockdown. So who knows now? I think WA's got an opportunity to make its case here. They've got a 60,000 seat stadium. Seems like if it's not going to be in Melbourne, that's probably the best place to have it. Yeah, Brisbane I thought they did a great job last year. Or Queensland hosting all the teams and then having the GF. But well, I think the WA government should really push for that. They've got a big fan base over there for AFL, so maybe Perth.
Yeah, nice one. All right, that is your time there. Over to you, Chriso.
I love that Queensland saved AFL last year, so they deserved the grand final there. I thought that was brilliant. I think this year it looks like it's most likely going to be Queensland again if it's not WA. And WA just totally stuffed up their opportunity last year. Their premier is just all over the shop. I mean, he won with flying colours this year, so maybe his whole game has changed, and maybe he might be more relaxed and let it happen. Look, WA maybe, more likely Queensland, and Adelaide. Let's be honest, they don't really. It's not much of a city. I don't think it counts that much. Look, I love Tassie. I don't understand why we can't have the hub down in Tassie. I think that'd be awesome. Get a whole bunch of Launcestians just going bananas at the grand final. 10,000 people at the game, just going the loudest game you've ever heard. So I think that'd be great.
Yeah, boys, I'm happy wherever it's played, so long as we have one. But I'm with Brett there. I think it'd be fantastic to have. We'll put Optus to good use, but who doesn't love Tasmania though? So I don't know.
Yeah, Lonnie GF.
Yeah.
Great.
Be unreal. All right. Well, fingers crossed that it goes ahead anyway. That's our ultimate concern. Question 3. John from Taree. Does Sammy Reid have a spot in the team? Chris, over to you, mate.
He was playing so well this year. He was really on fire. I think I started going back and watching some of the earlier games. I started watching them again, and he just had a lot of impact. He was all over the place. He was getting good marks. He was in the right position. He was tapping the ball down to the lower people. It's kind of like they gave him a role that didn't necessarily expect him to be kicking goals every single week. He could play that tall man role around the place and half a ruckman, but he was just the taller guy. I loved it. I think he probably does have a role when he comes back. I would love to have one, but the kids are playing so damn good. And who are you going to take out? Are you going to take out Amadi for him? Like, he's on fire. So I don't know. I want to say yes. I think there is a space for him, but maybe it can be a specific space against specific teams. That'd be the way we have him.
Okay, over to you, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves Sammy Reid. Like, how can you not like the guy? He seems like a good dude. And he is a very, very good player. Got a ridiculously good set of mitts on him. But yeah, I mean, when you got Amadi, looks like he could be the future, this kid. And then, Hickey's playing so well. You've got, and when guys like Heaney can drop back and play that loose man role, which Sammy Reid does a stellar job on, I don't know. He's going to have to play really well to get back into the team. For him, he had such an unfortunate start to his, so many injuries. I'd love to see him keep playing. But I don't know, at the moment, he's going to struggle to get back in, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say there may have been a spot for him in the back line because we know he can take a mark. I was wondering if he could play as that tall down there. But with Blakey's resurgence as this amazing...
The lizard.
The lizard. I'm with you boys. I'm finding it... unless they're planning to give Amadi or some of the young guys a rest, Reid's going to struggle to get back in. But it's a good problem to have. But here we are. All right, question 4, last question. Battle of the Bridge. Does this make any sense? All right, Brett, over to you, mate.
Yeah, I mean, being from Sydney, geographically, no, it doesn't make sense. The bridge, when you say the bridge, we all think of the Harbour Bridge, which is kind of a north-south divide. So, yeah, not really, unless it's referring to Anzac Bridge, which no one really talks about. I don't know. Anyway, it's I guess it's trying to build up some sort of rivalry between GWS and Sydney, and I feel like we haven't had enough like deep into the finals games or big dust ups or anything to have a real rivalry yet to come up with a term like Battle of the Bridge. Yeah, I mean, not that makes any sense, but I feel like the rivalry is not there yet, and Battle of the Bridge is not even a misnomer. I don't even know what you call it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
All right, Chris, over to you, mate.
Yeah, I'm convinced that someone at AFL down in Melbourne made it up, someone in marketing. It doesn't make any sense. Anyone who's from Sydney immediately goes, which bridge? The Harbour Bridge, Anzac Bridge, Gladesville Bridge. The Tarrant Point Bridge? There's so many bridges. It just makes no sense. And there's not like a definition of when you cross the bridge, then all of a sudden you're in Western Sydney. That doesn't exist. It's stupid. I don't understand why we have it. I really wish they just dropped it. And while they're there, just drop the whole Roman numerals thing. It's stupid as well. I just call it the Sydney Derby or something. Just leaving it as a Sydney Derby will get the point across, still have the same amount of passion, and everyone can understand what people are talking about. For now, Battle of the Bridge makes no sense. It's dumb. I'm hating it. I want it dropped immediately.
Yeah, boys, I'm with you. I think we We might need to build a bridge and get over it. But this
Very nice.
finished with a bit of a clanger there. All right, boys, thank you. That's it for today's questions. Thanks again, as always, for your time and your answers.
And for everyone else, thank you for listening, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, A Quick Bevy. You'll find us there. We have regular videos. We have some fun on there, and send questions through to whichever format you see this on. We'll get them.
Awesome. And remember, if you enjoyed this and just cannot stop swooning over our Swannies, make sure to check out A Bevy of Bloods on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. In A Bevy of Bloods, another mate, Steve-O, and I dissect in detail the Swans' last game, preview the Swans' next game, and have a bit of a chat about footy in general too.
Lastly, on behalf of Quick Bevy, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to you dropping by next time.
Till then, up the Bloods, down the Swannies.
On the
Swannies.
Swannies.